What is going on, guys? Rodney here with cryptobros. It is Saturday of Memorial Day weekend, and today we're talking about my top 4 picks going into June. I will say that I'm going to try to do this in about 10 minutes or so. Shorter videos is not something I'm good at, but what I do want to know from you guys is if you prefer a longer video or if you prefer a shorter video. Leave that down in the comment sections for me. I take that type of stuff into consideration. If you want your information short, quick, and concise, I want to know about it so I can do a better job at delivering the content. And before we get started, if you guys haven't had a chance to subscribe to the channel yet, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button. Just know how much I appreciate literally every subscription, every like, every comment. I'm very just humbled by you guys. So that being said, let's get into today's video. Before we do that though, I just want to check out the overall market stats. $337 billion. It is May 26th, right around 3 o'clock. Bitcoin dominance 38%, and as you can see here, just some green in the market. We've come off this big pullback from the last few days, and what makes this video coincidental, there are a lot of good buys out there. Currently, we're technically on the dip, I would say, so you could substitute any of these 4 or 5 coins with any of the other ones out there, but this video is going to be based on price points or current price points versus all-time highs, fundamentals, and upcoming events. This kind of project into my video here for my June pick. So number 1 on the list is none other than Aion. So we can see here, market cap just over $1 billion, total trading volume very high at 17 million, and then circulating and total supply 400 million. Most people find that fairly advantageous, not too high, also not crazy low either. But as we can see here, crazy run up back in January, some retracement and capitulation accumulation here. If we're talking about price points specifically, currently at $2.70, but down from an all-time high of $12.64, which basically is like a little more than a 4.5x from current price point back to all-time high. Nothing crazy in terms of event. I mean, I guess this ICX, ETHX launches is a big deal in a month. But the other thing that I was hoping maybe it would show here is just some of the ICOs that are going to be launching on Aion. I think everyone is fairly familiar with Blue Whale. There is one called Silk Road. There's another one called Uppsala, and there's another one. There's a handful. Oh, and Tink. There's a couple others that are out there, but they are getting some ICOs built on their platform. And in terms of like a long-term play, like, look at kind of what happened with Neo. I don't want to necessarily make this crazy direct comparison, but once we start getting some tractions and some people on their kind of large platform and on their infrastructure, it usually does a very good, change of events upward in terms of price points. So number 2, moving on, credits. So credits is currently valued at 61 cents. Yesterday it was like 58 or 59, so up a little bit. But some important points here on the market cap. So 1, we are under 100 million market cap still, and our trading volume for that is 2 million, and that's a lot, I think, on just such a low market cap coin. Currently ranked 150. Total circulating and total supply is very advantageous here at basically 250 million. If we look at the charts outside of the ICO, no crazy run up, just kind of a steady long state here, basically from the time it came out to the current date. If we look at price points though, nothing over the top here. So all-time high, $1.11, current price point 60 cents. I mean, we can call it a 2x just for even numbers, but I think this has a lot of gas in the tank, specifically because a month from now, their mainnet launch is coming out, and if you guys know anything about credits, their big deals are like, hey, we're a super fast, super high volume blockchain, more than 1 million transactions per second, lightning fast processing time, super cheap fees, and smart contract capability. So that's kind of like their go-to move here, and they're really pushing to be one of these next level high throughput blockchains. So we will see. And honestly, guys, and I think there's a lot of like hype backing this project. We've seen some stuff from Superman. Once this gets going, once we kind of see some things proven out, some use cases in terms of how they're operating, I think this has some gas in the tank. I currently don't have any credits at this point, but it is on KuCoin and a couple in Gate. KuCoin and Gate are 2 that I'm most familiar with. I do have a couple of the other these accounts set up or exchanges set up, but I don't use them fairly often. So anyway, Imagine the potential if this gets listed on Binance or Bittrex or some of these other big guys. So anyway, moving on. Number 3, Neblio. So Neblio is also a fairly low market cap. I mean, we're just barely breaking $100 million market cap. Good trading volume of 6 million. But this I feel like, and I think this is going to reflect its price point, the circulating and total supply of basically, we're just going to round it up from 13.8 million to 14 million total supply. And I think that really played into this massive run up from $3 to, we're going to call this, it says $58.99. We're going to call it $59. But I think this kind of low circulating supply, low total supply token really played into this monster run up back here in, when was this? The very beginning of January. Very similar to many of these other coins. But right now, we're actually trading at just over $8. And again, let's see what it says over here. So this has their all-time high at 64. Call it what you want, 60, 64. But that's an easy 7 to 8x to going from its current price point all the way back up to the top. Some interesting things here, especially in the next coming month, is their enterprise marketing is launching. And really, I think in 2018, the marketing piece of these coins is going to be very, and I've said this before, very important, just because there's a lot of competitions out there between all the new emerging projects versus new ICOs coming out, a lot of hype involved. And typically what we see is like when we get some hype, some quality marketing behind these projects, we see a nice surge of price because they're out there, they're prevalent, they're doing things. So that's a very interesting piece here. So yeah, guys, ton of upside from the current price point back to the all-time high. If you guys flip over to their their website, if you haven't checked this out before, what they're doing is they're kind of tying into this whole enterprise business sector. We're seeing a lot of blockchain projects do this same type of ordeal. It's like here's an easy plug and play blockchain solution and that you guys can jump on. And I think that's going to be a very competitive place. And people are doing, or projects are doing it not only for large enterprises, small enterprises, medium-sized they're playing every avenue into bringing blockchain to different businesses. So anyway, that is number 3. And rounding out my top 4 is Aion. I'm a big fan of Aion. I've done videos on Aion and on Icon. Their big play is interoperability. They understand the fact that they're going to have to connect all these islands of blockchain projects for further growth in the crypto space. But if we look at their current market cap, slightly higher than my number 2 and number 3 pick at basically $325 million market cap. Fairly low trading volume though of 1.8 million. And in comparison to the other 3, I think that is the lowest one. Total supply, 465 million. Circulating supply, 150 million. But if we look at, what kind of price points we're coming off of, literally, we're at a $2 price point right now, down from an all-time high of 11.5 cents. That's an easy 5x here, just reaching back to the top. And again, I think my personal opinion, and I don't like to make that like super undervalued call, but I think what Aion is trying to accomplish is very critical in terms of the infrastructure play. So it's worth at least including into your portfolio, or at the very least researching it. These are the guys that are going to connect everything in between. We know they already have alliances with the interoperability blockchain, with Icon and OnChain. They're doing other pieces in that sector as well, and I just think at a $2 price point, a easy pickup. Nothing crazy here in terms of upcoming news or events for Aion, but I just don't think it gets the respect. I don't want to say respect, but I don't think it gets the hype it deserves in this industry for what it's truly trying to accomplish. And really, guys, that is all I have for you tonight. I don't know what the final time is on this, but if you want to check out their website here, check it out. They get pretty in depth of what they're doing and how this ties into anything. But yeah, let's wrap this one up. That is my top 4 picks. And again, Icon, Credits, Neblio, and Aion. If you guys, again, haven't subscribed to the channel yet, you can do that. Also, just as a quick shout out on my other videos here, here's the Icon video. I will post these at the end. And here is the Aion video. Both those are pretty long. So if... Again, just as a reminder, if you guys could help me out, leave a comment below. Let me know if you'd like a shorter video or a longer video, and I would greatly appreciate that. Anyway, have a great weekend, guys. I will be back tomorrow with another cryptocurrency video. See ya.